Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my top 3 favorite products in every single category. Now this particular series has been doing the rounds for months and months now, and mostly when you see people do a video like this, they're mainly talking about like makeup products and makeup categories. I wanted to do a skincare version inspired of this because when it comes to makeup, I have like my like one product in every category, a very like close-knit list of favorites, which I don't think I can do a top 3 for every category. But when it comes to skincare, I definitely feel like I have quite a bit of favorites and I can do a top 3 for every category. So I decided to do a skincare version like of this specific tag that's been going around. So in case you're interested to know what my favorites are, like what my top 3 favorites are in every single skincare category, and please keep on watching. We're gonna start and do it like order wise, basically. So like cleanser, moisturizer, sunscreen, and then we'll move on to our actives and so on and so forth. So starting with, of course, first is cleansers. Now for cleansers, I don't have too many favorites. At the same time, I feel like I could still give you a top 3 very easily because the Key face washes are my favorite, and 2 specific variants. I have the Barrier Repair Plus Hydrating Gentle Face Wash. This is a more recent favorite, and then the Watermelon Gel Cleanser is also a favorite, but this is the only one that I have to show you. The Watermelon one I haven't repurchased yet, and I will repurchase soon. This one has a more like aqua-ish smell, whereas that one obviously smells way more fruity. Both of them do a very good job of cleansing your skin. They are gel-based cleansers. A little bit goes a very long way, and they do not dry out your skin. In fact, even after I wash my face, my skin feels super duper hydrated. I don't feel like, oh my god, I have to put on moisturizer or like something on my skin immediately. That never happens with this particular product. And the Watermelon one I also really like. I've spoken about it so much, I've recommended it so many times, and some of you have actually gone out and purchased it and love it just as much as I do. So I feel like that one doesn't need an introduction either. And then another face wash that's been favorite for a long time, and I've mentioned it quite a few times, specifically for people who have dry skin or dehydrated skin. I think you will really like this. This is the Deconstruct Skincare Hydrating Face Wash. The other Deconstruct Skincare face washes that are in the same line, I don't feel like they are that great. They're okay. I mean, if you have it, you can use it, that kind of a thing. But the hydrating face wash literally doesn't even feel like a face wash. It doesn't lather too much, but it still cleanses your face really well. I am someone, I need to feel like my face is clean, but even I don't mind the fact that this doesn't lather too much, and I actually feel like my face is clean after using it, even without giving me any sort of lather. So I was very pleasantly surprised by this, and this has been in my backup drawer actually for a while in my skincare stash, and I've been waiting for the winters to come around for me to start using it. This will stay in my backup drawer till then. I feel like this is a very favorite product of me in the winter time. So that's my third favorite face wash. Highly recommend it. If anyone out there has dry skin, I think you will really like this. Those were our cleansers. Now let's move on to moisturizer. Now unfortunately, a lot of my favorite moisturizers I don't have because I went through a big phase trying out so many different moisturizers that I have so many in my collection that I would almost feel guilty for repurchasing them before I use up the ginormous stash of moisturizers that I already have. So 2 of my favorites that I don't unfortunately have to share with you today. The first one is the Dr. Sheths Ceramide and Vitamin C Moisturizer. This is their oil-free moisturizer. It's a beautiful gel cream, and it is super duper economical, very lightweight, pairs well with your sunscreens, with your serums, with everything. And I think having vitamin C in the moisturizer is an added advantage and a benefit that I think it's great to have. So this one again I would highly recommend to everyone who has normal to oily skin. I think you will love this, and it's just a beautiful product, and it's not a unique product. I think there are many other products like this out there, like gel cream products basically, but this one specifically I feel like is the best value that you can possibly find in terms of price, in terms of offers and everything. So highly recommend this one specifically, and I'm looking forward to repurchasing it for myself also. The other favorite moisturizer that I wanted to share with you, and by the way, I did do 3 day moisturizers and 3 nighttime moisturizers. I couldn't possibly pick like 3 overall. That would have been really hard. But my second favorite daytime moisturizer is the AC Mist Moisturizer. Now this is like a pharmaceutical grade product. I don't have a lot of like pharmaceutical skincare products in general in my skincare routine. I don't know about too many, and I don't grab for too many, but this one I discovered on accident because I saw someone on Instagram mention that they have like gone through tubes and tubes of it. So I'm like, if someone loves this that much, I should probably try out and see what it's all about. And this is the most beautiful, creamy yet gel-like moisturizer. It's super duper unique, the texture, and I think people who have a normal combination skin will love this the most because it's super duper hydrating on your skin, yet it's a very lightweight gel consistency. It's definitely more moisturizing and hydrating as compared to the Dr. Sheths one. So I think normal combination skin people, even dry skin people, will really love it. And even dry skin people who live in like humid climates, who don't want something too thick and too heavy because in the humidity it's not fun. So I think those people will also really love this moisturizer, and definitely I think everyone out there can go and check it out. So yeah, that's another pick that I really like. And then the third one, this is another gel cream, but this is a niacinamide gel cream, and the Dr. Sheths one is more of like a it's a thicker consistency when it comes out of the tube, and it's still a gel cream. This is actually a thinner consistency to apply. This is the Plum Think Derma 5% rice water and niacinamide clear moisture gel cream. Another one I've been loving a lot. This is actually the moisturizer I'm using currently in my skincare routine, and you can see how much of this I have used. I will be running out of this pretty soon, and I did accidentally purchase 2 when I first purchased this, so I actually already have a backup of this, which is great, and I will probably go through my backup also very quickly. Again, absolutely love it. I love when a good moisturizer has actives also in it. It's just like icing on the cake. So yeah, another moisturizer really love, highly recommend, very affordable, great product. Moving on next, I think we'll talk about nighttime moisturizers while we're talking about daytime moisturizers, so like right after basically. Now my absolute favorite nighttime moisturizer of all time, another Dot & Key product from their Ceramides and Hyaluronic Acid Skin Barrier Repair range. It's their face cream with probiotics and rice water. This is what it looks like. So it looks very similar to the face wash. These come in the same line basically. This is a beautiful, amazing moisturizer suitable for all skin types. Even though it says it's meant for normal to dry and sensitive skin, I think everyone can use this no matter what. I can actually use this as a daytime moisturizer also, even though it's not my favorite daytime moisturizer. I prefer gel creams for my daytime moisturizer routine, but this actually works daytime as well as nighttime. It's a beautiful cream that is lightweight and gets absorbed very quickly into the skin, and you would almost think that because it gets absorbed so easily into the skin, it's not gonna moisturize enough, but it's very moisturizing, very hydrating. When I wake up the next morning, my skin is so happy and feels so good. It's again another product I've raved about quite a bit. Ever since I started using it, I've fallen in love with it completely, and this is actually a backup that I got out of my skincare stash. I already used up 1 tube completely, and I cannot wait to dive into my backups. I just want to try out some new products and test out a bunch of things instead of just sticking to one. So I think once I rotate some other products out and once I use up some other nighttime moisturizers, I'm gonna get back into using this one. Speaking about rotating different nighttime moisturizers. The second one is what I'm using currently. This is the Foxtale Comfort Zone Rich Moisture Cream. Another really great moisturizer. This one I wanted to mention as an alternative nighttime moisturizer because even this one is absolutely amazing. I'm not sure how these are going to pair in the winter. I've discovered both of these this year, so I haven't used them in winter climate yet when my skin is a little bit more drier. But I feel like because this is more thick and rich and heavy as compared to the Dot & Key one, this will work better in the winter time for me personally. So I am actually looking forward to using this, and I wanted to share an alternative moisture pick that is more hydrating. Basically, that's why I'm mentioning this as an alternative. But the Dot & Key definitely has to be my top favorite, and these are my two picks. My third pick for a nighttime moisturizer is going to be the Minimalist Marula moisturizer. Now I have compared that one to the Dot & Key one quite a bit, and I think both of them are similar. But for some reason, if you have a brand preference or an ingredient preference or something like that, maybe there is some ingredient in here that doesn't suit you, or maybe you don't want to purchase from Dot & Key because of some reason, I wanted to still share an alternative for you, and that is another great, very simple, very easily available and accessible product that is really nice. So I wanted to mention that as my top 3 favorite in terms of moisturizers. So that's that. Those are my top 3 for nighttime moisturizers. Now moving on, next we have sunscreens. For sunscreen, I have basically an entire video actually talking about like my top 5 favorite sunscreens, but I wanted to narrow that list and talk about my top 3 over here. But I'm not going to go into detail in these on these in this specific video because I already did a detailed video talking about everything. So go and check out that video if you haven't already. It's called my favorite sunscreens of 2023. But my top 3 favorite sunscreens are the Dermaco 2% Hyalacalamine Hydrating Sunscreen. This is a great one that is hydrating yet settles into a matte finish. Then I also have the Fix Derma Shadow RX SPF 55 Plus Gel. This is a great gel sunscreen that looks like a cream when you first take some product in your hand and you start applying it on your skin. It looks like a cream, but it actually blends like a gel. And then my absolute favorite sunscreen of all time is the Deconstruct Lightweight Gel Sunscreen. This is more like a primer, like a silicone primer that basically gives you that powder matte finish on the skin. So if you have super duper oily skin, I think this one would be your favorite probably. So those are my top 3 favorite sunscreens that I wanted to quickly mention. But to know more details on each of them, you can go and check out my my favorite sunscreens video of 2023. So that's that. Now let's move on and talk about our active ingredient serums. So for vitamin C, I have 2 favorites. I have the Plum Think Derma Encapsulated Resveratrol and Vitamin C Serum. This is the serum I'm currently using in my morning skincare routine, and it's a really great antioxidant serum. It's got not just vitamin C but also resveratrol, which is great. Resveratrol is basically derived from grapes. It's another great antioxidant, and this is a great product. It's not going to give you any kind of help against pigmentation or anything. It's basically for the antioxidant power that you're getting out of this, and that's what I mainly use this for. I don't notice any sort of benefits of hyperpigmentation or anything. It doesn't help with that, but I do notice that my skin has been really nice and radiant ever since I've started using it, so that's amazing. And then I also have another serum. This is not just a vitamin C serum, it's also got niacinamide in here. This is the C-Cinamide Radiance serum from Dermaco. This is actually one that I've purchased recently. I have already used up 1 bottle of this completely. This is my backup repurchase bottle. Let me try to remove this to quickly show it to you. Both of them have that airless pump packaging, which I really like because it avoids any kind of wastage. But this is another great product. If you don't want to use a vitamin C and a niacinamide separately, I think this is a great serum to get if you want to get the benefits of both the active ingredients in one. So that's the Dermaco C-Cinamide Radiance Serum. I only have two vitamin C serum recommendations, to be honest. I would recommend the Minimalist vitamin C serum also, the one that has arginine. I believe it's AG. It's in the name. It's 10% vitamin C plus 1% AG. That one is also great, but I've not used it recently, so I don't feel comfortable recommending that in 2023, but I've used it in the past. So if I had to have a top 3, I would mention that, but because I haven't used it yet, I'm just going I haven't used it recently, I'm just going to mention 2 favorite vitamin C serums. Now for niacinamide serums, I do have 3, but right now I just have 2 to share with you and talk about. My absolute favorite niacinamide serum is again from the house of Plum. This is their 5% niacinamide face serum, and this is one that's launched recently. I also really love the 10% niacinamide from Plum, but that is another favorite in the winter because that's got more of a milky consistency. So the only time I like to use it like texture wise is in the winters, but throughout the rest of the year I love the 5%. And if you didn't want to get either of the Plum serums, then another niacinamide serum that I really do love is the one from Key. It's the 10% niacinamide plus Cica Ultimate Spotless Glow Face Serum. This one also has 3% tranexamic acid, so it's supposed to help with dark spots, but you can see I haven't used too much. I've used a little bit, but I haven't used enough to give you like a full-on review on this product, so I will keep you updated on that. But this has more of like a tacky, almost like hydrating kind of a texture. I mean, the Plum 5% niacinamide is also hydrating, but this one I feel like is more lightweight, doesn't feel like anything on the skin, whereas this one will give you that slight tacky feel. But of course, once you put your moisturizer and your sunscreen on top of it, it's not going to feel sticky or anything. But that's just like an initial observation that I wanted to give you with this product. But I've used it enough to tell you that I really like it, and it is one of my favorites in 2023. So I wanted to mention that in my top 3. Now moving on, next let's talk about Retinol. For Retinol, again, I have 2 favorites that I can very confidently recommend. I would have had a third one, but that one I want to say it's discontinued maybe, but it's been out of stock like forever on their website, so that one is very unfortunate. The Orchidum one would have been my top 3, but because it's not available since like months and months now, I don't want to talk about it. My other 2 retinol favorites are the Foxtale Vitality Retinol Serum, Night Serum. This is another one that I bought a backup of, which is why you're seeing it in the packaging itself. Again, really love it. I find it to be very affordable, and if I had to give you one retinol recommendation, it would be this one. But I also do have the Thrive Youth Renewal Pro Retinal Serum. This one is a little bit more pricey, but it's another great option. This one is supposed to be more potent because it's a retinal as compared to retinol. This one is supposed to have a smaller amount of retinol in it. It's got just 0.15% retinol, but I still feel like you see pretty great results with it even if it's a small amount of retinol. Whereas this one is supposed to have 11% age-defy complex, so it's not 11% retinol, but that 11% age-defy complex is supposed to have a high amount of retinal in it. So yeah, those are the 2 retinol products that I personally use and recommend to people. Even though this is my top favorite, and this is probably the one I'll continue to repurchase, but I've used quite a few bottles of the Thrive one as well, but it is pretty pricey as compared to this one. So yeah, that is that. Take it for what you will and go ahead and decide which one you want to get. For AHA toners, unfortunately, both the ones that are my favorites I don't have to share here with you today. The first one is the Pixie Glow Tonic, and the second one is the CosRx AHA Liquid. If you have been following me regularly, neither of these should be a stranger to you because I have used and loved and talked about both of them on my channel. I do plan to repurchase the Pixie one probably eventually in the next couple of months, so you will see that back on my channel, which I'm very very excited about. But yeah, those are my two favorite AHA toners. Pixie has 5% glycolic acid and the CosRx one has 7% glycolic acid. So yeah, for that also I don't have a top 3. I would typically recommend the ordinary glycolic acid toning solution. That one is more economical, but I hate the packaging on that one, and I spoke about how the component can tend to leak in quite a few other videos, so I don't want to go on and on and on about that. That's that. Moving on, next I do have a cleansing balm, which is my last category. So cleansing balm / makeup remover, etc. And for that, again, I just have one which I want to tell you is like my top favorite, and that is the Plum Luminance cleansing balm. This is my absolute favorite. I'm back onto using this regularly. I have already gone through one tub very recently, and I have a few backups as well. This is one of my backups, which I'm going to open and get into very very shortly. I also do like other makeup removers, like I like the Deconstruct Soothing Cleansing Balm a lot. I went through so many tubes of those, but you go through those tubes very very quickly, so the economical aspect of it is not my favorite because I don't see the value. It turns out to be more expensive over time, whereas this is something that I feel like is a little bit more economical and affordable because you get more uses out of one. And then there is also a Foxtale cleanser that I have recently been loving and enjoying quite a bit. So if I had to give you a top 3, it would be these 3. But the Foxtale cleanser also I have to use a little bit more before I can give you my final thoughts on that. I've just used like a few samples of those, but I do plan on getting the full size. So once I get the full size, I think I'll be able to give you like a detailed in-depth review on that one. But yeah, that is it for the video. Those are all the products that I wanted to mention to you in every single category as my top 3. I really hope that you found this video helpful and you enjoyed. If you did, please let me know down below in the comment section. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye.